I didn't keep you waiting too long, did I? Idari, call my name when you need me.
So that's how you pronounce her name, Idari. Bro, like, they released this fucking video after I fucking recorded the part. So now it's gonna be me going, oh, I actually don't know how to pronounce her name. And motherfucker, god damn it. Welcome to my channel. My name is ZZZ 2.3, and I'll be your host today. Alright, we're gonna get right into it. So, yep, Idari. I actually do not know if I'm pronouncing her name correctly. You can let me know in the comment section down below if I am, but for this video purpose, I'm going to just say Idari. Now, I will warn you, we will be going over character leaks. It's no story leaks, just character leaks that we got yesterday on her kit and her gameplay, and just basically how she synergizes with Lucia. We kind of already know a little bit. So if you are someone who doesn't like that, then by all means, you click off. That's perfectly fine. No hard feelings here. But Idari, she is an ice rupture. And being ice rupture is very interesting. I kind of expected a rupture agent, and when we saw her leaks yesterday, I wasn't expecting ice. I don't know. I just really was expecting a physical agent, because if you guys obviously know, they have been pushing physical content more and more and more. So I was just really expecting a physical agent, but we're going to get another ice agent. So that's going to make our fourth limited ice DPS. We have Ellen Joe, Miyabi, Hugo Vlad, and now Idari. Now there are already going to be people who will say, how dare another ice DPS live in my Miyabi's world? There's no way she can compete. And look, if you like Miyabi, cool, but that doesn't mean that people can't play other ice DPS. It's perfectly fine. All right, so let's not do that. I've already seen a lot of comments about that on Twitter and Reddit, and yeah, let's not do that, chat. Let's not do that. Yeah, come on, let's keep it civil, okay? But Idari, she is an HP scaling rupture agent, which I think they're just gonna make every rupture agent HP scaling, because I'm pretty sure Kamano also has HP scaling. So it looks like Rupture is just going to be HP scaling in general. But she is an HP scaling Rupture agent who does ice damage. And she has a really big hammer. Mallet, hammer, I don't know, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But also, speaking of that real quick, before we get more into her kit, she is the old Lucia. The Lucia that had the nun design with the big hammer, that's what Idari is. So it makes a lot more sense now. She is the Lucia redesign, and they gave the character that we saw yesterday Lucia's name. It makes so much more sense now. But yes, this is the Lucia redesign, basically. And oh my god, bro, look at that. It's like, oh my. Oh damn, she got an ass on her. But anyways, she has a lot of weight to her attacks. She is an HP scaler that drains her own HP, and the lower her HP, the more damage she does. So it's very interesting. She is able to drain, I believe, 30% of her HP at a time. Forgive me if that's already been updated. I haven't looked at them today. I only looked at everything yesterday, but I believe it's 30% at a time with her hold basic, I believe it is. She's able to charge up her hammer and do charge basic attacks. She can also run around while charging, which is really cool, not gonna lie. But she also has a lot of weight to her attacks. A lot of her attacks are pretty slow compared to the ZZZ standard. They're on the slower end. Now, some of her attacks are, you know, more in line with what you would usually see the speed of ZZ agents attacks. But I will say, it does look like a lot of her attacks, you will be able to feel the weight of her hammer. And you know what? I think that's pretty cool. But I can already see how some people might not like that, and that is perfectly fine. is perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine to have a preference. But with her being an HP scaler, there's a good chance her best set will maybe be 4-piece Yonkoi Tails. I've been actually considering if the new basic attack set that we saw in the live stream yesterday, if that could potentially be her best in slot. I actually haven't looked at any of the math yet, but since she does do a lot of basic attacks, it's very interesting. I think it would be very nice if you could just use either one. If it's a situation where you can just use 4-piece Yonkoi Tails or 4-piece of the basic attack set, I like when characters have that flexibility and their gearing options. So basically it would make it so you just use the set that you have the best substats on, and that wouldn't force someone into a domain that isn't that valuable for them. So if one person gets Seed on their account and also gets Idari, then farming the basic attack set will be a lot more efficient for them. But if someone has Ishwin and Idari, but no one that can use the basic attack set, then you can just farm Yonkoi Tails for Ishwin and Idari. So I think it would be really nice if she can use either set. We do know she wants 2-piece HP at the very, very minimum, but it would be nice in my opinion if she's able to use both. I will keep you updated on streams and community posts on which set is actually going to be her best in slot. Hell, some of the theory crafters might already know which one's the best in slot. Like I said, I just haven't seen anything today. I'm gonna get caught up on stream. But being Rupture, she is really going to want Lucia. Lucia is looking to be an incredibly powerful, and I mean powerful, Rupture support right now. Obviously things can change. Maybe there's some nerfs or kit changes in the future. Obviously you have to always take version 1 of a character with a huge grain of salt, because things can change. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend like things can't change. But Lucia is looking to be a very, very powerful Rupture support. She's also looking to be tied into Rupture, as she gives sheer force. I think I saw something in her kit about aftershocks as well, but she gives sheer force and crit damage. So it's very interesting. She might be a lot more niche than Astriel, but if she's niche, that allows her to be more powerful. And let me explain. When you make a niche character, example, Lighter, they are allowed to have broken buffs. They are allowed to have that, because when you make a niche character, they can only be used with a very small percentage of the agent roster. So that's why Lighter's buffs are so powerful, is because he's extremely niche. He can only be used with 2 elements. So if they do make Lucia just locked into Rupture and maybe a little bit of Aftershock. I think I saw something about Aftershock on her kit yesterday. I'm not 100% sure. But if they do make her locked into Rupture, she would be allowed to have really, really, really powerful buffs, because she could only be basically played with Rupture agents. So we'll have to see how that turns out in the future, if they decide to change it, or if they decide to just say fuck it and go with it, right? Now, Idari, she has the JJK domain expansion. And I'm not even kidding. Like, basically, she's able to create, she has this, oh my god, English, holy shit, like, dude, what the fuck? Why can I not speak this language that well? I fucking hate myself sometimes. But anyways, she has the ability to literally do a domain expansion. And Lucia is able to capitalize off of that and extend how long that expansion is active. It's really cool. It's extremely cool. I don't know a lot about it right now because I just glanced over it, but from what my friend Fish, a very, very good TC in the community, was telling me, it's literally just a domain expansion, and it has the ability to really shake up how teams are played, or the mechanics of agents in the future are played. It's really cool, and I can't wait to dive more into it and see what they cook up with it. But yeah, she has the ability to do that, and I think that's extremely cool. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I like that a lot. But overall, Idari, she's the old Lucia that everybody knew and loved. She has a lot of weight to her attacks. She's very similar to a character like Hu Tao from Genshin Impact, being able to drain her own HP, and the lower HP she is, she does more damage. I think it's cool. I know it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea in terms of gameplay, but I think it's cool. She's also like extremely seductive in her attacks. I don't know if you've seen her attacks yet, but like they're very seductive. You know what? I'm not complaining. I'm not gonna complain. But that ultimate, when she like slides her hand down her pole, and it's just like anyways, I'm about to start streaming soon. We're gonna get more into it. We're gonna talk more about it. Appreciate all the love and support you guys have been giving me lately. And yeah, we got a lot to talk about with Idari. But other than that, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys on stream. And with that, my name is Kit to the 7th. Wait, did I just say with that? And with that, my name is Kit. My name is Kit to the 7th, and with that, I am signing out. Peace.